Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, a lot's happened since yesterday actually. This morning I just went up to the petrol station to try and get some fuel for the Defender, and they allowed me to get, I haggled my way in, and I asked really kindly, I said please, they turned me away to begin with, and they said no fuel here, you're not allowed to get any fuel for your truck. And I said, go on, just a tenner, £15, and they allowed me very kindly £20 to put into the Defender. So we've now got to be careful about where we drive, how much fuel we use in this country, and just ration things out a little bit more. I think we've been so used to having everything in abundance that we've never really had to struggle or have a shortage. So tomorrow we've got some rollers which need picking up, and I'll probably take the tractor, but I couldn't take my Defender anyway because I still haven't got the trailer test sorted out. But once that's sorted, I could then take the Defender. But one thing about being on the farm is that you've always got the farm fuel, and the tractors can run on the farm fuel, which is red diesel, for anyone who didn't know. So we will be able to pick up these rollers, which we picked up second hand for the arena and the horse delivery yard. We did try and buy a couple of rollers from Fleming, who make really good rollers and attachments, but because of the parts shortage and the material shortage at the moment, they're not going to have any rollers built until 2022, sort of mid 2022. So we couldn't wait a year to get these rollers basically. So tomorrow we'll head out with the Ife Williams and the John Deere just on the back there, and we'll head down to the other side of Bunkie to pick up some second-hand ones which will do the same job, and yeah, we can get them loaded, and we don't have to worry about fuel because we've got some red diesel coming to the farm soon, hopefully. But yeah, it's just, you couldn't make this up. It's like something out of World War Z or something like that. They're strange times. I can't believe this morning though that I had to beg for fuel in what's supposed to be a first world country, But the thing is, I've got so many jobs which I have to do on the farm, checking crops and livestock. Yeah, you need fuel in your car, don't you? In the vehicle, and you just haven't got time for fuel shortages. It's just, or driver shortages, whatever it's. I don't know what's going on. It's just, it seems like a bit of a shambles. But we're not going to let that bog us down today. Even if it is raining, we need the rain. We're going to turn everything into a positive. We need the rain for the sugar beet and the fodder beet. That'll be doing well. And also the grass. All that grass for the livestock. Alright, we're all ready for tomorrow morning's trip, heading to go and pick up those rollers. I've got a couple of ratchet straps there, which I think we'll take with us to strap some rollers down if we need to. I've got a connector which will join this onto the hook, and it has a small ball for the Ife Williams style trailer hitch, and I'll put that on in a minute. We're just going to do livery yard work today. Hopefully I can get those lights in as well. I've got the right connector. Yeah, that is the right one. That's a lovely old job. New tractor, but it's got the old style connector. Yeah, we've had quite a few comments recently about the 6R. A lot of people like it, although a lot of people, I know you guys prefer the old 6930. And do you know what? I do miss the 6930, but I find this a more comfortable tractor. And as I have said recently, we are looking for a classic John Deere soon. There was one I looked at the other day, which was a John Deere 6420, but I just couldn't agree a price with this guy who was selling it. He wanted a bit too much money for what I thought it was worth. The other tractor which I'm thinking about now is to go alongside this one is the 6630. If I put the front flail mower on this and get a hedge cutter for the back, the 6630 would be a good size 6-cylinder engine machine with about 130 horsepower, depending if you go for standard or premium. But I'll probably just have a standard 6630 for a reasonable price. But they're just, if it was 30s, we could probably do something. But for now, the 6155 is doing a great job. But we'll look at one later down the line. But we certainly won't buy any of the newer machines. I don't think we'll probably replace this one. This will have to do now. And if anything, we'll probably go backwards because of the way the world seems to be going at the moment. And anyway, the concrete block seems to have dried out. It's had a bit of rain on it today, but that's fine. It's drying out an absolute treat. So we can get this drilled, hopefully when the feed hopper turns up. I did speak to Collinson yesterday, who make the feed hoppers, and they've sent the feed hopper off. It got picked up from their yard, and they're trying to track down where the feed hopper is because of the lorry driver shortage at the moment, and they're not able to locate where the feed hopper is. So we don't know where the feed hopper is at the moment or when it's coming, which is bit worrying, but we'll get there. We'll get it back to the farm, and then we can bolt it down on that concrete pad. And recently we've just put the Manatee in this shed because we're now switching over to winter mode here on the farm. So the Manatee starts to live in the cubicles with the cattle, and the John Deere lives back in the other shed. So it's going to be a busy winter for the Manatee. I did get a comment in yesterday's video about a windscreen wiper for the Manatees. Apparently there's a replacement windscreen wiper you can get free of charge under warranty, and it's a better mechanism, and they'll give you one for free. So we might ring them up later. Back on the daily grind, doing the normal livery jobs. And you know what, if YouTube ever went wrong, you know, one thing about Olly's farm, or about what I do, is that I've invested in a little bit of machinery and equipment. I'm just looking at the moment at a log splitter and a driveway grader. You know, if social media did ever go wrong, at least I could always go out and do extra contracting, which I'm still going to be doing anyway, with attachments and machinery. And I've heard in some government plans they were talking about banning red meat, and you're going to have like a red meat allowance because of, you know, net zero carbon and carbon reducing or something. But most of the meat in this country, to be fair, is imported from like South America. So how can that be very environmentally friendly? Doesn't make any sense to me somehow. And something else I haven't mentioned recently, guys, is if you could help the channel out every now and then and give a thumbs up on the video, then we can, that helps the channel out a lot, and then we can progress and you know, keep growing the channel. So I won't go anywhere until you've just put the thumbs up. I can wait. Thanks very much for that. Cheers, I appreciate it. And we'll try this again. Yesterday, I think yesterday I got the date wrong again. I think I said the 3rd of November. Anyway, this week's ploughing match is the 3rd of October. It's at Deere and it's at Swanton Morley. So it'll be a good ploughing match, good day out for the family and to hang out and do a bit of ploughing. I was just thinking, with a John Deere 6630 and a muck spreader, I could put the 155 on the loader to spread the muck this year with a Manatee's muck grab with an adapter plate, and then load the 6630 with the Deere, because the little Manatee is normally busy in the winter feeding all the cattle. So a few days ago when we went to Yarmouth, we've been clearing up a lot of this scrap. We've got 4 wrap bales here which were left from Ken, who was a guy who dropped some bales off, and he also dropped the 135 off for us, which was very nice of him. Well, we did pay Ken to do that. But I've got to move these 4 bales out of the way, and we're going to stack them to another side today. And then we've got to look at removing the rest of that scrap. We had some girders which we were going to sell off to people privately, but because of the scrap price at the moment, we think with the girders we're just going to keep them and put them on scrap pile basically. I'll just put it to one side so we remember which is this dodgy bale. Yesterday I lost my fleece. I put it on this bucket and no, it's wet, completely soaked. Yeah, left it out in the rain. That was a silly mistake. Alright, so we're just coming down into the shed. This is what we call subscriber straw now on the right, because it's what you guys recommended us to do, to put the straw inside in these bays when it was empty. I think it was last year, and you said to stack the straw indoors on its side, keep it dry, so that's what we did. So that's why I call it subscriber straw, which is a little sort of inside joke on the farm really. The only way you can get this straw off here though really is with the twin bale, with the side squeeze, sorry, not with the twin bale spike, because of the girders. So you've got to be really quite agile to get in to get it, if you know what I mean, to feed it to the horses. While the horses don't eat the straw, they just have it as bedding. And then I come in with the Manatee to get the straw out. We've got that loader down there. We'll probably put that on before long to bring some straw in during the winter. Alright, well the heavens have opened outside and it's 3 o'clock this afternoon. I just loaded somebody who came down from down the road here. He's a tree surgeon, and we just gave him a bale of hay because he's got some horses he's looking after. And I didn't pick up my camera, but he's saying that he's having trouble getting fuel for his chainsaws and his equipment for his men, which is not ideal. But just in my tea break here, I was just looking at this lovely, have a look at this, guys. Lovely 6630. It's a standard, which is quite interesting because it's a 6-cylinder model, so you still get that lovely 6-cylinder purr from the exhaust. It's a standard, so it's basic. There's no computer on it or anything like that. I think this will be a brilliant classic John Deere to purchase or to invest in the future. But this one's done a little bit too many hours. This has done 8,000 hours. But if I could find a low-hourd one of these, I'd be very interested in the future as a second John Deere tractor. And as I said before, people are saying, well, why are you investing in tractors, spending money on tractors? Well, they're only going one way at the moment because of the parts shortage, because of the new tractors. Nobody really is that interested in the new tractors on the second-hand market right now, and parts is just impossible to get. Whereas these, non-AdBlue, basic, reliable. She's a good old girl and she'll sound good as well. This is kind of like a modern day 135 really. That's the way I see it. It's going to be a modern classic before long, but it already is, to be honest. So yeah, this you might see on the channel pretty soon. Not this one, but something similar. A 6630 standard. I was thinking about the 6930 standard, but it's just got a bit too much horsepower for what I want as a second tractor, whereas this is about 125, 130 horsepower, which would be perfect. But yeah, I do like to spend a lot of time looking at tractors. And hopefully we can find out where the feed bin is. Do try and be positive. We've got to go on a road trip tomorrow, and yeah, help me out and just give the video a thumbs up now and then. I do appreciate that. And stay calm, stay collected, be positive. We'll get through the fuel shortage, the parts shortage, the food shortage. Apparently there's going to be. I don't know, the world's gone mad. But yeah, thanks very much for watching today's video. And yeah, I'll catch you in tomorrow's video when we're on our road trip.